Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. And I think, runners, high achievers, striving for greater ideals, to be better, to do more, to be more, it can take you very easily down a path of continuously chasing and continuously berating yourself for not being good enough, for not doing enough, for not being how you feel like you should be. And it can lead to this feeling of almost that right now is not good enough. But if I continue trying to do more, be more, progress, then hopefully the future will be better. I will feel more satisfied, I'll feel fulfilled, I will finally have X, Y, Z. Hope is bullshit. It's nothing but a way to continue justifying to yourself the way that you're currently living and hope that it will get better. Trust is an entirely different story. And I think this all comes down to not being violent with yourself, which I think many of us are, continuously, I should have done that, I shouldn't have done that, why did I do that, I could be better, why am I not like this person, why can I not do this, what's wrong with me, all the other things that float about in our little human heads. Imagine if you could just give yourself a bit more space, a bit more gentleness, a bit more of an ability to just, you know what, I'm just a human. I've just been complaining about, number one, being too busy and having no time to do kind of writing, my creative stuff, but mainly just to do life admin shit, like keeping a tidy room, keeping a tidy house, planning my food, well, prepping it, having food in, just stuff that kind of keeps one going. The second thing I've been complaining about the most is being too tired and being stressed about the fact that I'm too busy. And the third thing I've been complaining about the most internally is doing nothing about the above two, but to the point of like, I cannot keep this up. The main reason being is I'm not doing anything about the overwhelm. Now, overwhelm is a perpetual state of trying to do everything at once. That's as simple as it is. There's nothing more to it than you're trying to do everything in a short period of time and in a realistic time scale. And I basically spent this morning, I listed the things within my business that I'm trying to do. I have 24 kind of projects on at the moment that I've not written down, that I've not scheduled, that I've not kind of forecast into the future of. These are the deadlines I'd like it done by. 24 floating things in my head every day on top of work, on top of all the other stuff that comes up in life. What am I doing? That's why I feel so overwhelmed. I've not even had a second I've not made a second to prioritise sitting down, just planning my training. So I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, and it's bothering me, and I'm pissed off that I constantly complain about it. So I refuse to let this be a state that I live in. So basically, that's it. Rachel, can you tell the viewers what this is?
So it's an easy peeler.
Oh, I like an easy peeler, me. The thing with easy peelers that people often get wrong though is firstly, this isn't easy to peel. Secondly, biodegradable, right?
Do
you know how you eat an easy peeler?
Oh no, no. That was like a medieval pig with an apple in it. Not that I'm calling you a feast of medieval. In your mouth. Hold.
ability to bear pain is way lower, but there's definitely days where you need to pull back and days where you just need to learn to experience pain and just get on with it. And today is one of those days. So it's Friday morning and I'm about to go out for a run. It's 7:06 AM. I need to be back here for, well, soon, because I need to walk my dog and then go to work. Anyway, but also it's a deload week, so we're running a bit less. However, I have the urge to run fast. I've just not run fast in millions of years. I have the urge. I'm just going to act on that urge because sometimes urges should be listened to. I'm not going to run too fast because A, I'm not that fast, but B, I obviously don't want to fuck myself up. I just want to go out in a vest and just pelt it for 20 minutes. So, just got back. That was great. Basically just ran fast when I wanted to and then slowed down when I felt like, yeah, I need to just slow down a bit. The main thing was obviously running faster, the amount of muscle damage, and obviously the increased force going through your joints. If your soft tissues haven't been trained to the point where they're used to tolerating such kind of high impact load, that's when you get injury. So I'm going to basically gradually drip feed in a bit more speed work, because again, it's super important. Just obviously in ultras you don't need to do as much speed work as you would if you were trying to do like a 5k or whatever, especially if I'm not going for a time, but more just to improve my ability to clear lactate. Let's say after I've gone up a mountain, you know, I'll be able to go up a bit faster or B at the same speed but at a lower heart rate and therefore way more efficient, use less fuel, that kind of thing. So I normally run, my kind of typical runs are about a 10-minute mile pace. Like my heart rate's probably like 140, 145 and it's like 5 out of 10 effort. I did 3.77 miles, averaged like 8:45 minute a mile, so relatively faster considering. But it was good to just run and I put my music on. For the first like 20 minutes I was like, I wasn't evoking that kind of, the feeling of I really want to run fast was no longer there. I was like, all right. And then the music just I wasn't into the music. I think it was weird listening to music, to be honest. But then a few songs came on and then I just channeled some anger that I found. And then I was running into the rain with heavy music and it was fucking great. So anyway, I need to go. So it is a Saturday, 5:30, and it is getting dark outside. I've got about 10 miles-ish to do, anywhere between like 8 and 12 really. And I was thinking, basically I was planning on, it's gonna get dark within the next like 20 minutes basically. And obviously a huge part of training is to be able to do it in the dark, and kind of, for me personally, is to just kind of get over that fear of being alone. I mean, it's not quite a fear, but it's uncomfortable, right? Like it's nicer to be within civilians, within civilians, you know what I mean? However, it's 5:30, it's probably gonna take about 2 hours. To where I was gonna go, there's a 20-minute drive there, 20-minute drive back. I also need to walk my doggo when I get back, because she needs to have a little walk, and I also want to edit this video, and I just kind of realised, you know what, like, I'm okay to not go and run in the middle of nowhere for today. Like, get the miles in my legs, order of priority. I don't need to terrify myself all the time, you know. And also because it's a deload week, I always kind of use this as opportunities to like drive a bit less, travel less in terms of to run, and to just kind of give myself a bit more freedom. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've been on a meditation weekend all day today, which was amazing. An advanced weekend, which is really good, and I'm back on it tomorrow. So I've had a nice stress releasing day, and yeah, just ready to be in the body for a bit. I also don't know how the hell you work this thing that's on my head. Like, I don't know what this thing is, but it looks like a hat, but it's not a hat, 'cause it's got a hole in the top. I have no idea. I really forgot how rather bothersome running on like near road is. Like cars and people. No. This fog is mental. Literally, you probably see maybe a third of a metre in front of me. quite glad I came relatively near to people route. I'm running right next to a river, so hopefully I don't fall in. I've been thinking a bit as well about the tell you what, I'll speak when I'm home. I'm 5 miles in. I've just come out of that very, very dark, that's like 3-4 mile section, and foggy. And I'm just gonna kind of stick to where it's light now. I don't really want to do an out and back. Honestly, how dare cars cross the road? Yeah, I was gonna do an out and back, like run to a point, turn around, but I don't really want to be honest, so I'm just kind of running. Definitely not an ideal route, and or route that would, I would think, you know what, I really want to run there. But sometimes it just is the case of just doing it for the sake of training rather than any other sake of fun, all the rest really. Although some cool moments of kind of realising that, you know, I can see my mind going off on one, and just being able to come back to where my feet are. And although it's not pleasant, it's not bad, and I'm quite indifferent to it, which is a nice progression from how I used to be. So yeah. So I think this really does it justice, but that light's like shining through the trees and it looks well cool. That is 9 miles done. That was good. I mean, it was, I mean, I had a good time, but in terms of, sorry, I'm currently trying to put my, the lead, what's happened to my face? Oh my God. The harness on little Piggy. This is Pig, by the way. This is my dog. She's the best thing to ever happen in life. Yeah, like that was good. In terms of, you know, had a good time. A lot of fog, a lot of darkness. Well, I would have shown you, but route was not ideal in terms of I was literally running on road in these shoes, which are really, 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 really not meant to be run on road. So I'm probably going to pay the price for that, and I'm predicting just a bit of probably achy knees and sore shins, but that's just what happens. Yeah, that was good though, and I had a good time, which is important. And something I was actually thinking about was that. A few things really, well, a lot of things. One of the things was self-violence, which we all do. I mean, maybe you don't, but I think we all do, to be honest. I think the entire human population does it. Now, self-violence is continuously beating yourself for, oh, should I have done that, shouldn't have done that, why did I do that, why am I not like this, comparing your current reality to what you think you should be doing, what you hope is going to be better in the future. Basically, everything that isn't, you know what, I am good enough, as I am right now, this moment, right this second is good enough. And we can rarely ever achieve that, ever. And we're all just kind of on this hamster wheel of life, our entire life, trying to just chase this, I'll be happy when, and or I will be loved, I will be approved, I will be good enough when I. It's bullshit, it's a scam. It's kind of all the day I've spent at meditation course, Ascension. A lot of it we've been kind of chatting about that, and it's really interesting, and I can really see it in myself since I'm becoming a bit more aware and conscious. I can really see them patterns of thinking. And for example, I was thinking about, you know, like the last few weeks I've kind of what's the word for it, like fallen, not fallen from anything, however I have veered off track slightly from kind of my values and my kind of, you know, the things that are really important to me, which is time. B is time. C, you know, just things like having time to, basically, I want a simple life, and I don't want to be on this rat race, and it's so hard to not get stuck on the rat race, and so hard to not have that thing of constantly doing the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, and to the point where when you're doing one thing, you're actually mentally doing the next thing. And like, I've just been thinking about it in the sense of like, the important things slip away, and then you die. That's not quite what I mean. It will come to me. I'll have more words on this, but anyway, I'm just going to put some chicken in this machine thing that cooks it really fast, and then I'm going to take Pig out, my dog. That was going somewhere. It will come back because I have a lot of words on this, but you know, it's one thing I am learning is that you sometimes, you know, the words just aren't there, and that's all right. So yeah, chicken thighs. This is the meal of, I was gonna say kings, but apparently I'm not a man. This is the meal of queens, but we'll go with kings because I feel like king sounds better. This is the meal of kings. Chicken thighs, crispy as fuck. Honestly, it's awesome. The only thing is, I don't understand how we get the wedgies in there at all. Right, five chicken thighs. I think that'll be enough. And we're gonna season it with a bit of peri peri or piri piri. I'd say peri peri. I feel like piri piri is not how you say it. Give it a bit of a, you know, bit of flavour. And also on that self-violence thing, which actually this will make a lot more sense. Like, so for example, I've realised I've veered off track from what is important to me, just getting lost in the mind, right? Just in ideas, in fantasy, in rushing everything. And I kind of, when I was thinking about it, and what subconsciously started happening was I was getting annoyed at myself for it. Again, it's just a fucking loop and a cycle, and it's so unhelpful. And I was aware of it so fast, which was great. And it's one of the things where I was like, we're human, we forget things, you know, we veer off track, but as time progresses, we do so less and less, and or when we do veer off track, we return to the path that we want to be on sooner. And I think that's the important thing to recognise, and just be a bit more gentle with ourselves, really, gentle with myself. But it has been, you know, we've been taught very differently throughout our entire lives, really. So it you know, it makes sense why we are where we are. So yeah.